All right, so I'll try this HelloFresh for dinner tonight, onion crunch chicken. And give the nice portions, which I like. Now I don't have to throw stuff away, and I don't have to go to the grocery store because, oh, I'm out of sour cream or Dijon mustard. So I like this packaging and I like this concept. So let me follow the directions and see what happens. All right, things are prepped. I think I followed the directions correctly so far. We'll see. I'm only doing one of the two, so most of the stuff I'll set aside. The potatoes I'll set aside for later. Everything else I probably should prepare now, except I'll set aside the chicken, one of the cutlets also. But it looks like we're in good shape to get started on the next phase. Okay, the instructions say roast, so I've set it to roast for 20 minutes. Uh-oh, I didn't start it. And I've prepared the pan the way the instructions talked about, except that I put aluminum on the bottom of the pan. That might not be a good idea, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll give it a try. They said also to spray that beans with some olive oil, which I don't have. That didn't come in the kit. So we'll see what happens. All right, well, I did find some unopened olive oil, so I was able to put that on the beans, and this is the leftovers for the second serving, which is good. It's supposed to look like this. Kind of looks like it, a little bit different. Things I didn't do, I didn't squash the topping into the chicken, which it said to do. I didn't put pepper and salt on the baked potato or the mashed potatoes. And the mashed potatoes finished earlier, so I had to put them in the microwave. But let's taste it. All right, empty plate. The dog is actually cleaning it up. It's very tasty. My second HelloFresh, and I don't, this is not being sponsored, but I'd give it a 10 out of a 10. That's very tasty and very easy to prepare. All of the ingredients are provided, and the instructions are pretty well understood by me. So all in all, I gotta say, again, second meal from them, 10 out of 10. So this is day 2. Mashed potatoes look good, beans look fine, and the chicken looks crispy. So I think I'm in for another really good tasting meal. Yep, another great meal. Okay, so today's the cheesy smash burgers. They look pretty good. The package comes with the ground beef and some potatoes, an onion, ketchup, Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, white cheddar cheese, Old Bay seasoning, and a couple of hamburger buns. And one thing I noticed in the instructions that is consistent so far is they don't supply the oil. So here they're telling to drizzle oil in the pan in order to get your caramelized onions. So looks like that's pretty consistent. They do not supply the oil. Now I'm going to say the hamburger doesn't look that good. And I didn't caramelize, I didn't put any sugar on that. That seems silly. To the onions, so that's just caramelized, just fried, crispy. It's not going to be caramelized. And then when we come over here, we gotta put these boys in. I don't think we're ready yet to put them in the toaster, but this is going to surprise me if it tastes as good as the other stuff. But the preparation is pretty easy. Okay, potatoes don't look cooked. The hamburger fell all apart. I think those are both probably my fault, but don't have any idea what it's going to taste like. It might be okay. Alright, it is a hamburger, so it's kind of hard to ruin it. I wouldn't say this was the best. It kind of fell apart, which is probably my responsibility for not mashing it together better. The fries were definitely cut too thick, so that they were mushy on the inside. So the next one will be thinner cuts for the potatoes and more effort on the hamburger to push it together. And I'm not going to fry the onions. I'll just leave them raw. That didn't do anything since I didn't caramelize it. So I'd say 5 out of 10 on this one. Okay, this is the second attempt at the sweet and spicy avocado toast with feta. And the first attempt, I had to open some of these packages. The chili flakes, I definitely want to use less of those because that was a little spicy. Not too spicy to enjoy, but it's not necessary to have that much in there for my palate. So then the jam spread I forgot to put on the first attempt, so we'll put that on one of them because I don't know how that really tastes. And then this was individually packaged, which I like. It was nice, and the guacamole is individually packaged per serving, which I liked. And some of this other stuff could have been individually packaged, even though these are made for 2 meals. If you're just making one, it's nice to be able to break it out into individual packages. But anyway, this is the second attempt, and one of my favorite. I've only done 3 meals so far, and this will be the repeat. So this will be the 4th meal, but it's the second of one. And this is 2 favorites out of the 3, and this is one of them. All right, that's what it looks like. I know what it tastes like from the first time around, and I expect to be pleasantly happy with this meal as well. All right, another 10 out of 10. Left an incredibly great taste. There's an aftertaste. This food really explodes with taste bud sensations. It's phenomenal. But I think that very last bite, I grabbed a few too many chili flakes on the fork there. My mouth is kind of blowing up right now. But still, this sweet and spicy avocado toast with feta is definitely a 10 out of 10. Now we'll try the one pan cheesy chicken tortilla melts. Looks good in the picture. I give you the tortilla, the chicken, the pepper, the cheese. Now this I like because they broke it up into 2 packages. Philadelphia cream cheese, they broke that up into 2 packages. The hot sauce, they broke up into 2 packages, which I probably won't use anything beef. And I said the cheese, I guess, already. So let's get started. All right, so I cooked the pepper in a separate pan, and then put the chicken in, and then dumped all of that in here with the special sauce that they call it, and I got the cheese on top there. Below this is a tablespoon of butter, and I'm heating this all up right now. So that looks okay. Okay, it looks a little crispy. I'm about to dig in, see what it tastes like. All right. Definitely one of, if not the best tortilla I've ever had. No complaints about that whatsoever. That hot sauce is going to get thrown away. There's nobody in this house that wants any of that. And I made the mistake of putting a little touch of it on my tongue just to see how hot it was. That's not going in the next batch. So everything looked good. Got everything saved, the pieces for tomorrow. And then, or the next day, the next time I do this, which might be tomorrow. But this is really good stuff. This HelloFresh, I gotta say, takes a little time, but not too much time to cook it, prepare it, cook it. But it really tastes good. Okay, so today we're doing the HelloFresh hamburger again. It wasn't that good the last time. Some of the things that I think were bad was just, operator error, which would be me. I'm gonna focus more on the fries, and I'm definitely gonna try here to mash that together better. I've never seen hamburger like that before. I don't know what's going on with that. But then these are the items that we have to put into it, and then they give us a nice bun. So I'd say it's kind of hard to ruin a hamburger, and I wouldn't say that I did ruin a hamburger, but it was definitely not the best hamburger I've ever had so far. I'm going to try to do a little better this time, but I don't really have super high hopes here. So my modification, of course, is that I'm not going to try to caramelize the onions. I'll just put them in the hamburger raw. And I don't see how that hamburger is going to stay together with all the stuff that they've suggested that you mix into the hamburger. So that doesn't... So I was just reading the instructions there. In a second small bowl, combine mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard. 2 equal balls, season all over with salt and pepper. Okay. So, cook to desired. Because that doesn't look like the hamburger that I have here. Second small bowl, make a sauce and form beef. Okay, so when do you put the sauce in? I think maybe I put the sauce in at the wrong time. Anyway, it's in the hamburger now. And then I cut the potatoes smaller this time, put the seasoning on it and drizzled it. Looks more like apples with some cinnamon on it. The oven's ready to go, and the buns are ready to go, and the oven, or the stove, is ready to get the hamburger. Okay, so this is what's left over, a little bit of onion and a whole potato, and that cheese will go on top of the burger. And paid a little more attention to this instructions. Looks like we wasn't supposed to mix that sauce into the hamburger, so that was a mistake. So that's why it's not going to look like that. Although I think the hamburger I purchased is better quality than this is, or I'm just used to it. But anyway, I think my fries should be a little bit better this time. And this is not something that I'll order again, so lessons learned will just be filed away, or maybe somebody watching this video will get benefit from it. But, a hamburger's a hamburger. I'm not, I think it works out to, I'm guessing $5 a meal, because it's 2 meals is $10, and you get 3 meals is $30, but it's really $50. So maybe it's $7 a meal, I guess it's doesn't matter what the bargain price is. It's not a choice of mine to go with the cheesy smash burgers. I'll show it when it's all finished. Well, there's what it looks like. Not real crazy about it. I was just thinking, I can buy better hamburger and buns probably at the grocery store, and I'm cooking these meals in our second kitchen. The first kitchen has a deep fryer. I could make better fries up there, so I'm going to say that from a presentation point of view, this is maybe a 2 out of 10, and I'll taste it and enjoy it, but I won't think I'm not expecting anything great. Surprise, 7.5 out of 10. It tasted pretty good. I have no really problem with the taste. It's not something that really worked for me. It looks good, but I'm not going to order this one again. Okay, so 1-pan cheesy chicken tortilla melts. I made this once before and it was really good. I've saved half of the 2 servings for my second serving. It also comes with this stuff. I was really impressed with it. And in fact, I think I was so impressed with it that I had canceled my subscription to this HelloFresh because I wasn't really comfortable with the upcharge for the second meal. The first meal package was reasonably priced, but the second one didn't seem all that reasonably priced. So I canceled it. But then this food tasted so good that I signed up and ordered delivery for today, actually, early last week. But for some reason, HelloFresh continues to order every single week. It's you have to pause it. So I'm out of town in a couple of weeks, so I asked them to pause it, and I did it through the chat feature, and they said everything was fine, but they also paused this week's. So I found that out today. I wasn't real happy about it, so I guess I'm done with HelloFresh. It was a good experience in terms of the food, except for the hamburger, which was good, not great. Although I did give it a 7.5 on the second go around, which I thought it was pretty good. I think I gave it a 5 on the first because I was a little disappointed it was a hamburger. But once I realized what to expect, which is a hamburger, I gave it a little bit better score on the second time. So these are the pieces. Definitely not using any of this. I can throw that away. That was way too hot for my taste. So let's put this together and see how it looks. All right. Looks like it's getting ready to be consumed, and it looks good. All right, I cooked it a little bit too long, but I think it'll still be fine. Well, again, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. It tasted great. Plus, I'm a little biased because I cooked it, but it was good all the way around. And this is my last meal. So for HelloFresh, this is really goodbye, HelloFresh.